Getting ready for some second half action. Portions of this game brought to us by Sushi by Yoshi, Randy Alfred Heating and Plumbing, Island Fencing, Nantucket State Jewelry, The Wave, Pumpkin Pond Farm, Something Natural, Island Variety, The Homestead, Nantucket Health Club, UPS Store, UPC Architect, Artistic Tile Install, Keeper's Restaurant, Villains Island Seafood, Nantucket Folk Art and Wood Carving, and Fairgrounds Restaurant. We thank all these fine sponsors for bringing us, and we have some first half stats for us, Dennis.
I do. All right, in a wild first half, the Whalers hold an 8-point lead, 39-31. Scoring for the Whalers, Justin Boyce at 4. Mackie Bowden had 3 threes for 9 in the second period. Malik Bowden had 10. Devontae Usher, 10. Terrain Burton, 11. And Roman Penelo, 3. And Gannon Mooney had a bucket.
A first half filled with action, filled with plays you don't normally see. The 4-point play, fouled on the three-pointer. A big block by Mooney. Not that that's rare, but it was sort of being called for by the fans, and he delivered. And both teams had their spurts. Nantucket had the final spurt that they actually went behind by, 3 points, I believe? Yeah. And they probably rifled off an 8 or a 10-point run to have an 8-point lead at halftime.
Difficult game to score in because the scoring so fast. And Usher leads off for the Whalers.
Usher, relentless on the boards.
That gives him 12. All the scoring is unofficial.
Nice pass there. Air ball.
They had nobody on the boards either.
That's
Kai Bowden.
That's his first 2-pointer.
Yeah.
3 for 3 on 3-pointers.
43-31.
So Alex answers, and Cape Cod stops the bleeding, but they're down by 10.
Go against Mooney.
Yeah, Mooney over the back. He thought he had a piece of the ball, and he come down on top of the rebounder.
Second on him. The Cape Cod Academy has a lot of good ball handlers there. They're not that big. Good steal. Burton.
Oh! Wow, he's not going to call a foul.
That brought the Nantucket coaches up. They wanted a foul on that one.
Boy, I don't see how he missed that one. Looked like he had all arm.
Yeah, Willis is, he's in the book, is right there.
Willis is definitely in the book now. You don't want to go in the book 3 times, because then you're going to go out and finish the game sitting in your car.
I think the foul's on number 23. Usher makes the first. And makes the second.
2 for 2. Good shooting there. steal. I think Nantucket got away with back over. Vega had the steal and he stepped on the line, but then he threw it away anyways. But not right now. Nantucket's press is bothering the Seahawks.
Nice smart play. Call a timeout. Against that press, you never want to go to the corners because they're double teaming it.
Yeah.
That was a perfect example, Dick, right there.
Takes away the passing lane for sure.
Well, not only that, but it's like 4-on-1 because you can't step out back, you can't go over and back, you can't step out of bounds, and you got two players around there. So it's a perfect trap.
All right. So did you watch the Super Bowl yesterday?
Dick, I did watch the Super Bowl.
Tom Brady had that nice ad.
Tom Brady had an ad.
I was going into that game thinking it was 33 1/3% Brady was going to return to the Patriots, 33 1/3% that he was going to go elsewhere, and 33 1/3% he was going to retire. But after that ad, I've switched it. I'm saying 60% chance of returning to the Patriots, 40% chance of going somewhere else, and 0% chance of retiring.
Well, we'll see. I don't want to call it, but I mean, I'm fine. Whatever happens.
Whatever happens, right?
We've been spoiled here in New England. So.
Did you pay attention to geography class?
I always paid attention to it.
Kansas City is in the state of Missouri.
President Trump said that, but technically, if you live in Missouri, Kansas City is one of your closest cities.
But he said for the great state of Kansas. Not the great state of Kansas, it's the great state of Missouri that's celebrating.
I know.
Kansas also.
There is one in Kansas, but that's what I'm saying. He didn't pay attention
to. That's the one we're talking about.
He didn't pay attention to the geography. He was thinking that the Chiefs are in Kansas, the Chiefs are in Missouri.
Up. No basket. We got a problem with the clock there.
She reset the clock. It didn't hit the rim, so he's going to ask her to bring it down a few seconds. Just a minor technicality.
So in the meanwhile,
it will still be Nantucket's ball, but they have 23 instead of 28.
One foul on 24. That's his third.
Non-shooting foul, so Nantucket ball underneath. The clock will be reset to 30 on the foul. Borden from the corner,
no, not this time. The Whalers are on a rebound, long rebound. Burton with a runner. Usher.
I'd have to say that of all the games I've seen this year, Nantucket's playing its best right now. And a nice pass gets to number 24 on Cape Cod somehow, and he gets fouled, putting it back up.
Fouls on Gator Mooney, that's his third.
Nantucket has the lead up to 14. Cape Cod's really got to
Daniels on the line,
cutting into it.
Makes the first. He has good form on the free throws.
Yeah, makes them both. Brings it down to 12.
Okay, Malik Borden in the game for the Whalers.
Right now, the Seahawks' main goal would be get this back into single digits before the end of the half. You don't want to go into the fourth quarter down double digits.
The Whalers are hustling on every play to get into the loose balls. That's a good block. Biden
really controlling the boards.
The Whales are really aggressive.
Arrow in favor of the Whales on the tie-up.
They don't have the numbers.
And Nantucket gets back. He had nowhere to go. He had to wait for the troops to get there. Berry's at 23. Then he picks up a foul on the other end.
Who picked up the foul?
23. I love that cheer.
You can't do that. By the way, it's a big crowd here.
Good crowd, good crowd. I'm glad you got yourself together to come to today's game to work, because usually the Monday after the Super Bowl is one of the worst days for workers showing up to work. And
I know
since it's a 5 p.m. game, I guess you got yourself out of bed
just
to
woke
get
up, yeah.
got yourself out of bed to get here. Makes the first. And then Tucker gets it back up to
Yeah, he's
double
got 4
digits.
fouls.
You're getting mad in there, but that doesn't mean that you're that doesn't.
Makes 2 of them. Here's the press.
Good bring the ball down. Big man should never bring the ball down.
He really didn't bring it down that low either. But,
No, they brought it way down.
He just grabbed it. Grabbed it when it was near him. Nantucket ball, 28 on the clock. I mean, Cape Cod ball, 28 on the clock.
Wills are really quick to the ball today.
Oh, that'll get him 3.
That's a tough one.
That'll get him 3. Foul to the shoot. The 3 shots coming up. These 3 shots brought those by.
That's 4th foul on.
That's
That's the 4th foul on.
4, yeah.
All right.
You have to sit down. Free throws brought to us by Santos Rubbish Removal. We clean up the aisles. Go Santos. So we're going to be back here again Friday night, Dennis, to see the boys going against a much powerful team, Nauset.
All right, 9-point game here, Dick. Wheels ahead. They've had a good 3rd quarter. Solid 3rd quarter.
Nice pass.
Unbelievable. McVicker has made some great passes in this game.
That was a beauty, that one there. So the boys are actually home tomorrow night against Falmouth.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
And then we're going to be back here Friday night.
Who we got Friday night?
Friday night's Nauset, so that's going to be a
Should be a good one.
good one. So the boys, 3 home this week. No travel. I don't think they're traveling. So
No, you're right. They're not
they can
traveling.
make some hay and get a nice little
The record right now, Dick, is what? 5 and
5 and 7.
5 and 7.
So they can even it up with a victory tonight and tomorrow night. Before the Nauset game.
How's Falmouth doing, Dick? Look at your paper.
Falmouth is not that strong this year. Sitting at 1-11, so it should be an easy victory tomorrow night. But let's get this one tonight, and if we get both of them, as I said, we'll be tied. The record will be tied up 7 and 7 when we go against Nauset. But Cod Academy is not going away, Dennis. And easy turnover. Easy turnover.
This is going to make it down to the wire, Dick. We got a timeout on the floor. But the Whalers ahead 51-44.
So, one more comment on the Super Bowl. Shanahan, he was the offensive coordinator in that big comeback the Patriots had against Atlanta.
Yep.
24. Getting ready for some second half action. Portions of this game brought to us by Sushi by Yoshi, Randy Alfred Heating and Plumbing, Island Fencing, Nantucket State Jury, The Wave, Pumpkin Pond Farm, Something Natural, Island Variety, The Homestead, Nantucket Health Club, UPS Store, BPC Architect, Artistic Tile Install, Keeper's Restaurant, Villains Island Seafood, Nantucket Folk Art and Wood Carving, and Fairgrounds Restaurant. We thank all these fine sponsors for bringing us, and we have some first half stats for us, Dennis.
I do. All right, in a wild first half, the Whalers hold an 8-point lead, 39-31. Scoring for the Whalers, Justin Boyce has 4. Mackie Bowden had 3 threes for 9 in the second period. Malik Bowden had 10. Devontae Usher, 10. Terrain Burton, 11. And Norman Penelo, 3. And Gannon Mooney had a bucket.
A first half filled with action, filled with plays you don't normally see. The 4-point play, fouled on the 3-pointer. A big block by Mooney. Not that that's rare, but it was sort of being called for by the fans, and he delivered. And both teams had their spurts. Nantucket had the final spurt that they actually went behind by, 3 points, I believe? Yeah. And they probably rifled off an 8 or a 10-point run to have an 8-point lead at halftime.
Difficult game to score in because the scoring so fast. And Usher leads off for the Whalers.
Usher, relentless on the boards.
That gives him 12. All the scoring is unofficial.
Nice pass there. Air ball.
They had nobody on the boards either.
That's
Kai Bowden.
That's his first 2-pointer.
Yeah.
3 for 3 on 3-pointers.
43-31.
So Alex answers, and Cape Cod stops the bleeding, but they're down by 10.
Go against Mooney.
Yeah, Mooney over the back. We thought he had a piece of the ball, and he come down on top of the rebounder.
Second on him. The Cod Academy has a lot of good ball handlers there. They're not that big. Good steal. Burton. Oh!
Wow, he's not going to call a foul.
That brought the Nantucket coaches up. They wanted a foul on that one.
Boy, I don't see how he missed that one. Looked like he had all arm.
Willis is, he's in the book, and right there.
Willis is definitely in the book now. You don't want to go in the book 3 times, because then you're going to go out and finish the game sitting in your car.
I think the fouls are going to 23. Usher makes the first. And makes the second.
2 for 2. Good shooting there. On that steal, I think Nantucket got away with back over. Rebecca had the steal and he stepped on the line, but then he threw it away anyways. But not right now. Nantucket's press is bothering the Seahawks. Timeout.
Nice smart play. Call a timeout. Against that press, you never want to go to the corners because they're double teaming it.
Yeah.
That was a perfect example, Dick, right there.
Takes away the passing lane for sure.
Well, not only that, but it's like 4-on-1 because you can't step out back, you can't go over and back, you can't step out of bounds, and you got 2 players around there. So it's a perfect trap.
All right. So did you watch the Super Bowl yesterday?
Dick, I did watch the Super Bowl.
Tom Brady had that nice ad.
Tom Brady had an ad.
I was going into that game thinking it was 33 1/3% Brady was going to return to the Patriots, 33 1/3% that he was going to go elsewhere, and 33 1/3% he was going to retire. But after that ad, I've switched it. I'm saying 60% chance of returning to the Patriots, 40% chance of going somewhere else, and 0% chance of retiring.
Well, we'll see. I don't want to call it, but I mean, I'm fine. Whatever happens.
Whatever happens, right?
We've been spoiled here in New England. So.
Did you pay attention to geography class?
I always paid attention to it.
Kansas City is in the state of Missouri.
President Trump said that, but technically, if you live in Missouri, Kansas City is one of your closest cities.
But he said for the great state of Kansas. Not the great state of Kansas, it's the great state of Missouri that's celebrating.
I know.
Kansas also.
There is one in Kansas, but that's what I'm saying. He didn't pay attention to.
That's the one we're talking about.
He didn't pay attention to the geography. He was thinking that the Chiefs were in Kansas. The Chiefs are in Missouri.
Up. No basket. We got a problem with the clock there.
She reset the clock. It didn't hit the rim, so he's going to ask her to bring it down a few seconds. Just a minor technicality.
So in the meanwhile,
it will still be Nantucket's ball, but they have 23 instead of 28.
24. I That's his third.
Non-shooting foul, so Nantucket ball underneath. The clock will be reset to 30 on the foul. Borden from the corner,
No, not this time. The Whalers are on a rebound, long rebound. Burton with a runner. Usher.
Yeah, Usher. Woo! Big time. Well, I'd have to say that of all the games I've seen this year, this is Nantucket's playing its best right now. And a nice pass gets to number 24 on Cape Cod somehow, and he gets fouled, putting it back up.
Fouls are Gannon Mooney, that's his third.
Nantucket has the lead up to 14. Cape Cod's really got to
Daniels on the
start
line.
cutting into it.
Makes the first. He has good form on the free throws.
Yeah, makes them both. Brings it down to 12.
Okay, Malik Borden in the game for the Whalers.
Right now, the Seahawks' main goal would be to get this back into single digits before the end of the half. You don't want to go into the fourth quarter down double digits.
The Whalers are right hustling on every play to get into the loose balls. That's a good block. No.
Nantucket's really controlling the boards.
The Whalers are really aggressive.
Arrow in favor of the Whalers on the tie-up.
They don't have the numbers.
And Nantucket gets back. He had nowhere to go. He had to wait for the troops to get there. Buries it, 23. Then he picks up a foul on the other end.
Who picked up the foul?
23. I love that cheer.
You can't do that. By the way, it's a big crowd here.
Good crowd, good crowd. I'm glad you got yourself together to come to today's game to work, because usually the Monday after the Super Bowl is one of the worst days for workers showing up to work. And
I know
since it's a 5 p.m. game, I guess you got yourself out of bed
Just
to
woke
get
up,
here.
yeah.
Got yourself out of bed to get here. Makes the first. And Nantucket gets it back up to
Yeah, he's
double
got 4
digits.
fouls.
You're getting mad in there, but that doesn't mean that you're that doesn't.
Makes 2 of them. Here's the press.
Good time. Bring the ball down. Big man should never bring the ball down.
He really didn't bring it down that low either. But,
No, he brought it way down.
He just grabbed it. Grabbed it when it was near him. Nantucket ball, 28 on the clock. I mean, Cape Cod ball, 28 on the clock.
Wheels are really quick to the ball today.
Oh, that'll get him 3.
That's a tough one.
That'll get him 3. Foul to the shoot. The 3 shots coming up. These 3 shots brought to us by
That's 4th foul
Santos
on.
Rubbish removal.
That's the 4th foul on.
4, yeah.
All right.
You have to sit down. Free throws brought to us by Santos Rubbish removal. We clean up the aisles. Go Santos. So we're going to be back here again Friday night, Dennis, to see the boys going against a much powerful team, Nauset.
All right, 9-point game here, Dick. Wheels ahead. They've had a good 3rd quarter. A solid 3rd quarter.
Nice pass.
Unbelievable. McVicker has made some great passes in this game.
That was a beauty, that one there. So the boys are actually home tomorrow night against Falmouth.
Yeah, that should be a good one.
And then we're going to be back here Friday night.
Who we got Friday night?
Friday night's Nauset, so that's going to be a
Should be a good one.
good one. So the boys, 3 home this week. No travel. I don't think they're traveling. So
No, you're right. They're not
they can
traveling.
make some hay and get a nice little home
The record
court.
right now, Dick, is what? 5 and
5 and 7.
5 and 7.
So they can even it up with a victory tonight and tomorrow night. Before the Nauset game.
How's Falmouth doing, Dick? Look in your paper.
Falmouth is not that strong this year. Sitting at 1-11, so that should be an easy victory tomorrow night. But let's get this one tonight, and if we get both of them, as I said, we'll be tied. The record will be tied up 7 and 7 when you go against Nauset. But Cod Academy's not going away, Dennis. And easy
7-point
turnover.
game.
Easy turnover.
This is going to make it down to the wire, Dick. We got a timeout on the floor. But the Whalers ahead 51-44.
So, one more comment on the Super Bowl. Shanahan, he was the offensive coordinator in that big comeback the Patriots had against Atlanta.
Yep.
25-3 when the offensive thing went to pot. And yesterday, I thought when San Francisco had the 20-10 lead, they pick up the interception and they sort of went into a different mode of their offense, and Kansas City turned around. The thing that I thought really turned that game around was that San Francisco was up 20-10. They get the interception. What do? If you remember, they all went down to the end zone as a group. There was the whole defense, maybe a few more even joined them, 13 to 15 guys. They're all posing for a selfie in the end zone. You don't want to do that. You get the other team angry. And they did get Kansas City angry. Kansas City comes back and outscores them 21-0.
I thought one of the big plays in the game, well, 95. I don't know his name.
Chris Jones.
He made 3. He didn't. You notice he wasn't penetrating. He was just jumping up where the ball was, and he did a great job.
could knock a plane out of here. He's so tall.
Well, I mean, that was a strategy, and I think it did work well.
Ricker caught the ball, couldn't get the dribble down in time. He gets called for travel, and looks like I had a nice turnover there.
So that was to me that was a.
Kansas City got a couple of tough calls.
They did.
Killed Kittle on the offensive pass interference. Yeah, it was, but that was the only offensive pass interference they called the whole game. And then Kittle got taken to task in the end zone. He got all wrapped up before the ball got there, and they didn't call that. That hurt at that point of the game.
All right. Meanwhile, back to this game. Boys. All right, 34.7 seconds left. And Cape Cod Academy could cut it to 5.
Yeah, they would really like to get a basket out of this. They have a full shot clock. They probably want to take it down as low as possible, not to get Nantucket much good. But what they want to do is make sure they get a basket. A little bit wild there.
Nice rebound by
Now Nantucket doesn't want to give Cape the ball back again. Cod Academy's ball. Here's where you set the double pick. You haven't set one guy around. He's going to shoot it as he catches it.
Yep, shoot it and catch it.
Oh! He made it. He made it. Unbelievable.
23. Wow.
They really didn't set much of a screen for him. They just handed it to him out there. And all of a sudden we have a 4-point game. Every quarter, Dennis, ends a little bit more exciting than the previous quarter. We had the first quarter again end with a 3/4 length shot that wasn't counted because after the time ran out. The first half ended with a putback with no time left on the clock. This quarter end was a 3-pointer with the take in less than a second, 0.7 of a second. And we'll add that to the list of what can you do with only a second? You can make a 3-point basket.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Well, let's get on to some good news, Dennis. Today, and we'd like to mention Jim Pignato, as both the boys and girls won the championship swim meets this weekend. Jim's father, Jack, this is one of Jack Pignato's favorite days. The equipment truck day. The equipment truck.
Oh, really? You went
The
today?
equipment truck left today, heading to Florida, and a couple of things noticeable in the truck, Dennis. A, Mookie Betts' bats weren't in it. B, David Price's gloves weren't in it. And C, there was an extra large shirt that said manager on it. Oh, McVicker for 2. But it had a question mark on the back. So that means, Dennis, it's an extra large shirt, so you can apply for the job. Because the shirt's there.
Has to be a double XL.
Double XL. So the equipment truck left. Jack Pignato, may he rest in peace. He loved this day. He used to remind me about this day all the time.
I didn't realize it left today.
McVicker again. He's on fire. This one is 3.
That was a 2?
That was a 3. So Nantucket leads back to 7.
That was a 3?
He might have moved his feet. He might have moved his feet. Jay Fox over there, he called the travel. They put Jay Fox's name in the book.
McVicker had a 3?
McVicker had a 3.
All right. Wow.
Call for the block, number 12.
On a hold, he was taking a charge. How's that a hold?
Hold.
How is it possibly a hold? Taking a
The assistant coaches here are riled up.
Usher shooting 2.
6:42 to go in the game. Nantucket lead back to 8.
Got 21 points
21 for Usher.
so far.
So far.
And
This is the
free
second.
throw. Jump ball goes to the Seahawks. 8-point game. The Whalers, McVicker, those quick 5 points.
That was nice, yeah. Put them down just when they needed them. The Seahawks won't go away. Mooney alters that shot, doesn't get the block, but he makes him throw it way up high. Doesn't fall.
Oh, nice pass.
Got a foul called. The officials are doing more talking to the sidelines than they are to each other.
Sending you guys from the weeks every time, but we don't have any idea.
All right, so
That's the first foul on Usher.
he caught the ball here.
He
The
played
fourth
so
quarter.
hard, you only got 1 foul.
Yeah. You're living life good. You're playing in a game like this with only 1 foul. Nice pass there. 12 can't get it off though. He got whacked in the head. He got whacked in the head. I feel a technical coming on.
Me too.
I feel a technical coming on.
Me too.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut so they don't call it on me, but I feel one coming. The officials really want to call one, I can tell.
Oh, I can tell.
5:30 to go. Portion of this game brought to us by Keeper's Restaurant. It's
Steele. Burton.
Lays it in. Keeper's Restaurant. Dinner
Burton's got
Thursday to Monday
13.
nights at Keeper's. Lunch Monday to Friday for takeout. Keeper's lunch. Mooney, big
Rebound by
rebound.
Mooney. I think that's it for him.
Usher just throws through there, picks up a.
Wow. And Usher's on the line again.
Usher's getting a second. Carries a second. Nantucket leads up to 11. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. We're in the John O'Neill Gymnasium. One of the most exciting games we've done in a while.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Cade buries a 3, and then he calls a timeout. Brings it down 2-8. Coach wants to talk about it. Island Lumber, we cover the island. Go Whalers, Island Lumber, one port control. Haverfield Oil Corporation, Haverfield Oil Burner Service. We install, service, and maintain all brands of burners. Island Kitchen, One Chin's Way. Breakfast with Patrick, Island Kitchen. Dinner and lunch also served. Reservations 228-2639. Cogden Home Insurance specializes in personal commercial lines of insurance, auto, home, marine business. Cogden and Coleman.
We also have the Steamship Authority deck and Beauty Bar, Handle Gallery, College and Castle, the Boathouse, Fairgrounds Restaurant.
We thank all these fine sponsors for bringing you today's game. And
All right, Dick, what do we think of here? So now it's an 8-point game with plenty of time,
yeah,
but you got to make it work.
Cape Cod Academy has lived and died by the three-pointer. And if they get in the sequence where they hit a couple of three-pointers in a row.
Oh, nice job by Gannon Mooney. Someone's got to pay for that.
Cape Cod really over the limit now with the fouls. That's their 8th of the half. Nantucket's only got 4 dinners. So they're in good shape. They're in good shape foul-wise.
Looking for his 3rd point. Got
And he
it.
buries it. This is the second.
Good steal.
Body's all over the place. Bang! From the corner.
Wow.
Devontae Usher on fire.
Wow. 64. Burton, no. That's going to go on Mooney.
A little over the back there trying to grab the rebound.
That's his 4th.
Nantucket by 8. Cape Cod needs the three-pointer to start falling for them if they're going to close the gap. And they fire, and he gets it, and he calls his timeout. So right after that's his strategy, hit the three-pointer and call the timeout. And if you want to read a few more of your ads, I want to take a look at your book here because we got to start doing our 3 stars of the day.
Dick, here we go.
Again, we got to get stops. We're matching up in the we're matching up in man. All right, we got to make sure that we're taking off. Look for the charges.
All right, here we go. Fairgrounds Restaurant, College Castle, the Boathouse, the Beauty Bar, Nantucket Electrical Contractors, the Steamship Authority, Billy Bill Auto Repair, Faucet Man Plumbing and Heating. Those are some of our fine sponsors to help bringing you the Whaler foot basketball game today. You got him? Rebound.
Rebound.
Hello.
Basic strategy and coaching. Follow your shot.
Yeah, big hoop for the Whalers.
And I think the last run here by the Whalers is taking a toll on Cape Cod. They got it down with those 2 3-pointers. They got it down to a 6, but now Nantucket's got it back up. So, almost a service shot.
Burton.
Now Cape Scott is just firing them up at random. And they're going to foul. Not much they can do now. Nantucket's up by 14.
2:15 left. Fouls over to 2.
Fans are yelling for. I don't know who they're yelling for. I can't make out the name. I can't make out the name. They're calling for somebody off the bench. Nantucket knocked it 32 over the back.
That's his
foul and the
first.
rebound in action.
That's his first. We got a 1-on-1. Yes, we do.
Over the limit, so that's what you don't want to do when you're trying to close out a team, is let them score with the clock stopped. 2:14 to go in this one. And now Cape Cod has a chance to score a potential 2, working a 1-on-1, down 14. He makes the first to earn the second. These free throws brought to us by Billy Built Automotive, servicing all your automotive needs. They're 2 for 2, good shooting, so there it is, Dennis. Clock is stopped and they scored 2. Home run pass. A little bit of walking there, yeah. He's like a wide receiver. He caught that, he tried to dance into the end zone. Doesn't work in basketball. You gotta dribble the ball a little.
That's a travel.
He traveled.
Gave it back.
Love that cheer.
Me too.
2:09 to go. Nantucket up by 12. Shot.
Hey, you put it up there. Sometimes good things
That
happen.
one went, yeah. McVicker with the rebound. Mooney.
Nice save.
Mooney for 3. Oh. Baby step at the end of that layup, because I think he thought that the block was coming, but the Nantucket defender was just talking to him. He almost traveled.
We got a minute 19 left and the Wills hold 71-59 lead.
So, Nantucket's ready to put this one away. Portion today's game brought to us by Sun Island Fuel. Heating oil, automatic food delivery, competitive prices at Sun Island. Fairgrounds, where friends meet, affordable menu, pub, kids, pizza, takeout, parties at the fairground. Idle Lumber, we cover the islands, Gold Whales. The Seagull closed right now, opening up mid-March, a proud sponsor. I was talking to Travis Lombardi. I seen him getting on a boat with his team, and I asked him how he made out. He said, okay, he's coaching his son, I think 5th or 6th grade, I'm not sure. He said they're undefeated, 15-0. That's exciting. You know, when our kids were that age, they had no such thing as a traveling team.
That's right.
They just played against each other at the Boys and Girls Club, so it's a great thing, great experience for kids that age to travel and play other places. And congratulations to that team, 15-0. Oh! subs in for Big Brother.
Yep.
Where karma hits, but sometimes brothers against brothers, they don't always have karma hits. Put back is good. He didn't call his timeout this time. I was surprised. Gets up slow. They're going to get him out of there. He rolled over 3 times and he got up very slow. Coach was going to sub for him and he said, no worry. He didn't want to come out. Or maybe the referee didn't let him sub.
All right, Usher on the line again. 53 seconds left.
How many's Usher got?
Well,
Heading to 30 yet?
unofficially, I got him for 26 right now.
26.
And no.
Well, I got my 3 stars, Dennis.
All right, you roll yours, Skip.
Okay. Whoa. Oh. In the book, official warning, he's in the book.
I don't know what was he arguing about?
The kid, the players down there said that's the second time he's got the official warning. Even the players on Cape Cod picked it up. He got 2 official warnings in 1 game. That's pretty good. All right, timeout with 41.6 seconds to go. All right, my number 3 star is going to go to Terrain Burton. He's in double figures. You can tell us when you get a chance. My number 2 star is going to go to Micaiah Barton. He's in double figures because you get 3 threes followed by a 2, I think all in 1 period. And my number 1 star is going to go to the leading scorer, Devontae Usher. He's about 26, 27, I think he said.
Right. So my number 3 star is going to go to Micaiah Barton, okay? And the third period, he was out. Second period, he kept the Whalers in it and a half, and did a great job scoring. My number 2 star is Joel McVicker. Thought he had a great game on the board and made some outstanding passes, and in the 4th period, got a quick 5 points. And my number 1 star, Devontae Usher. So I think we're pretty similar today. Chris.
Yeah, but
What we got?
Invert whistle. Invert whistle.
Clock never started.
Invert whistle. But again, it was one of the easier days to pick 3 stars, but also one of the harder days. You know, so many guys stood out. But there was
certainly
another.
played an outstanding game.
It would have been easy to pick another 2 or 3 stars going down the line. All right, foul on Cape Cod, just extending the game. They needed a steal in a basket in a hurry. Down by 8.
Burton's got, I think, 16. Going for his 17th point. On the line. Shooting 1-1. Wales did a good job shooting free throws today.
Yeah, it's better. I think one of the first games we did this year, they were less than 50%. That's not a good game there. Nice ball for them. The head coach was just talking with the assistant coach scoring it. I think he was asking about the foul situation, wondering if there's priority for one team against the other.
Nice rebound by Mooney. You notice? He did one thing. And he got the rebound in traffic. Kept his hands up. The ball was up.
Right. There was if they try, they foul him, and that's what we saw. So Mooney's going to get to the free throw line. With 29.2. Shot clock is off for the game now.
Mooney has 3 points, going from the point number 4. Makes it.
All right, so Nantucket's going to go to 6-7, playing again home tomorrow night against a very weak Falmouth team, so they can get back to 500 tomorrow night.
We're going to be here Friday night for the Nauset game.
Nauset game, that'll be a big one.
Mooney's got 2.
Cod Academy is going to fall to 8-7. 3-point falls. They need a quick steal. And they foul ball and going to get to the free throw line. 75 points, that's I think a high watermark for the Whalers. Usually you say in high school, if you reach 80, that's exceptional, and they're at 75 at the moment, and you can add a couple more here, inch a little bit closer to the 80 mark. This is the first, got another one coming. It'll be interesting, Dennis, as we sign off to keep an eye on both teams shaking hands. I don't think there's any problem there, but the coaches shaking hands with the officials, how that'll go. Both coaches have not had a fun night with the officials.
We have a vigorous cheering section.
That's a great set. I'm glad. If they keep that up, we're going to have to include them in the 3 stars.
All right, the Whalers do it there. 76-67. And a nice win for the Whalers. It was a fun game to watch.
One of the real exciting ones we've done, and Nantucket's one game under 500. We said tomorrow night they can get there, and we're going to be back here Friday. I'm looking forward to going against Nauset, a real big-time opponent. All right, so we thank Dennis Cameron for calling and scoring today's game. Charlie Hoyman on the camera up there. Good work, Charlie, A+. This is Dick Herman saying good night for Whaler Sports TV. Remember to put a smile on your face each and every day, even if you're laughing at yourself. Go Whalers. Go Tom Brady in negotiations. Go Bruins. Go Celtics.
Go Red Sox.
Go Reds. And
the Bears.
Good night.